and then back. But you know, there's certain things that's worth it. But I don't think it's correct. I don't think it's a fair criticism of any of these candidates that they are somehow hiding their running mates. I happen to think. Just a second, and I want to get to the rest of your question. I think I have the best running mate in it, and maybe the others would say the same. But you know, Betty Sutton is a very smart lady. She was a 3-term congresswoman, and she fought some really difficult congressional races. She was in the Congress during that tumultuous period where they passed the health care reform and they passed the financial reform that created the CFPB. They passed the Recovery Act. She did the Cash for Clunkers bill, which she came up with herself, that helped save the auto industry in Ohio, and we should thank her for that all the time. She also did the key amendment in the ACA that the pre-existing conditions provision, which is so important and so popular now, was going to be phased in sort of slowly over time because it would have saved some money. And she recognized that meant families were going to be hurt all during that time and be discriminated against, and she pushed to have it be immediate, and ultimately she got bipartisan support for that, and it was immediate. So she's a really strong figure. She's a strong co-partner with me in the campaign, and will be in the administration of this state. So that's how I feel. But look, I got into this race because I think I can win. And I think it's critically important for Democrats that we win this year. If we don't win this year, then think of where we are. It means that there will be a Republican probably in the governor's office for the next 8 years. It means that the Republicans will continue to district this state, both legislative and congressional. And it will continue to be grossly one-sided as it is now. All the things that we've talked about in this room tonight, that you care about, that I care about, and many of them are the same things, and some of them we disagree on a few things, will all be just nothing because the Republicans don't stand for any of these things. So I feel we have to win this year, and I felt that I was the candidate, you know, rightly or wrongly, I felt that I was a candidate who could do that, in part because I have won statewide twice, and I won by 600,000 votes in 2006 and 900,000 votes in 2008. And I lost to Mike DeWine in 2010 by 1 point. 2010, in retrospect, was a terrible year for Democrats nationally. It was during the height of the recession. It was Barack Obama's first midterm. It was the hubbub over the Health Care Act, and I lost by 1 point. So can I win in 2018? I think it's obvious that I can. It's not obvious that I will. We have to go and earn it, and I would really need the help of everybody in this room and everybody that you can put together in your networks in order to make that happen, because Republicans don't give these races away. They fight hard as well, and they have a lot of money. Okay, but I thought that I could win. Now, was it uncomfortable for me to enter a race when there were already 4 candidates in the race, and I know them all and actually like them all and respect them all? Yes, but you know, that's politics is about, trying to figure out how you win and how you make change. All right, I didn't push anybody out of the race. I didn't even feel that coming in as late as I did, and by the way, I had to come in late because I had work to finish at the Consumer Bureau, and I conscientiously needed to do that, and President Obama had asked me to do it. But so I was very late. I couldn't then reach out to people and say, well, I've just come into the race. We've been working at it for 6 months or a year, and suddenly, do you want to talk about somehow getting out of the race? That would have been the height of arrogance. I did not do that with anyone. People who reached out to me, I talked to them, we worked it through, and ultimately, there happened to be 3 candidates that have decided to drop out of the race, and 1 did not, and others have entered the race. So, you know, it's a free country. You know, people are free to run, and I don't begrudge that at all. We're having an open primary where we're having debates, and the Republicans, you'll notice, are not, and that's a contrast between us. And, you know, I'm willing to stand up there and be criticized, as I was by pretty much everybody during that debate.